Hi everyone, and welcome to my birthday hike. I'm just actually up on Panorama Ridge. Look at the views, just amazing. I'm at the 4K marker and about 5 minutes behind where I'd be 20 years ago if I was doing the same trail. I'm taking it a little easier today. I'm just coming into Taylor Meadows. I just passed the 7.5K mark, which is half my distance to get to the summit today. I'm hoping to do Panorama Ridge. It'll be busy. And in terms of elevation gain, I've gained about 890 meters, which is probably about 60% of the elevation gain. And it's taken me roughly an hour and 43 minutes. This campground's actually closed and shelters are closed because there's a bear in the area. These are all wild blueberries, which is why the bears are here. Big black monolithic rock is Black Tusk, and just the upper Alpine Meadows. I'm heading over there eventually. Cut up this valley, and then you cut up that ridge to the summit, which is Panorama Ridge. Sun's just coming out, it's about 9 in the morning. Lots of dew on the blueberries, grasses. Not much water though in the creeks. Most things are relatively dry. We haven't had any substantive rain in at least 6 weeks. Very dry start to fall. When you're going through a meadow like this in the fall, you can smell all the vegetation starting to rot. There's sort of like a sour smell. It's not unpleasant, but it's certainly a sign of fall. Still a little bit of flowers over here. Beautiful morning. Couldn't be much nicer. My destination's up over there. Not sure if that's the actual summit or if the actual summit's just on the other side. I know there is a false summit on this route when you're going up, but I go up the valley here, up the ridge, above the snow, and up there. Quick little stop at a viewpoint. I've got about 2.5 kilometers to go and maybe another 200 meters in elevation. Helm Lake, and you've seen making nice videos. You've seen us hike through here from the other side. Just beautiful. Yeah, that's a beautiful view. And the other way is not bad either. All right, the big ice field right ahead of me, or snow field. Actually, in truth, it's mostly ice. The last time Mickey and I were here, I chose to slide down it. Not the smartest move I've ever made. It was a little farther out back then, but it was still summer. But I bounced so high on some of the bumps that I was almost unconscious when I got to the bottom. Mickey wisely didn't do that. And when she finally caught up to me, gave me heck for just lying around in the snow because we had to get going. She's a taskmaster. That little bump was just the falls summit. We got to go up over that ridge. A few people up here. Most of them were actually coming from the campground, not from the parking lot. So their trip up was a little faster than mine. On my birthday, I always come out and do some sort of a hike or a paddle or something along that line. So up at Panorama Ridge, which is about a 15-kilometer hike from the parking lot, so 30 kilometers return. Elevation gains about 5,000 feet in elevation, and we got up here in about 4 hours, which I was pleased with. And it's just a gorgeous day. I mean, look at the view. You can't get much better than that. Actually, September hasn't been a great month for us. We've had a number of challenges. Finch hasn't been well. He's okay, but we haven't wanted to be too far from a vet. He's just had a couple minor issues, and that's starting to look positive. Mickey's back has been acting up, so that hasn't allowed her to get out and hike. And then, unfortunately, my sister is ill and is actually in palliative care in a hospital. So it's been a challenging time, but we do hope to get out camping soon. And in the interim, I'm out on what is just a stellar day. So just beautiful view, beautiful lake. Garibaldi Lake's right in front of me. Behind that is Garibaldi Mountain. And then off to the left is the Sphinx Glacier. And you may recall 5 years ago when I turned 60, I came up here and I paddled the 2 lower lakes and Garibaldi Lake, and then the 3 upper lakes past Garibaldi Lake. And that was a fun little adventure. And today's is just a little simpler. I'm just up for a day hike. I was actually going to come up and spend a couple of nights, but I literally couldn't get a reservation. I was going to come up and spend a night at the Garibaldi campground, the Garibaldi Lake campground, then do a day hike up here, which is only like 14 kilometers return, so more reasonable. And then the next day I was going to do Mount Price, which is probably my favorite hike up here, but just didn't work. The campground was full. Everyone had already booked it. It is a weekend, and so you know, the trail's probably going to be busy. I started early. I was on the trail by 7 in the morning, so it wasn't too busy. But even then, there was probably 30 people ahead of me. I passed a lot of folks on the way up here. So I'll share with you just some of the views from up here. In addition to looking over the lake, you can look back over the Black Tusk side. It's just stunning views along this whole area. Just spectacular.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright.
Alright, I'm on my way out, and I lost my sunglasses, which is why I was having a hard time looking into the sun earlier. There's a snowfield from the top, and there's a bunch of people. A lot of folks don't like to go to the actual summit. They stop on the first bump. The view's a little bit better there, to be truthful. And you can see some of the folks there, and I saw a whole group of people just coming up on the ridgeline. Probably about the same time down as it was up, I suspect. Maybe a little faster. That Garibaldi trail to the lake isn't too bad. You can make a little bit of time up.
But all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago.
An amazing view even on the way out. That lake's just so pretty. A few people coming up. So just taking a little break. You can see the trail as it goes across by Helm Lake and just all across the old lava field, all the way That's the way to Helm Creek and Cheakamus Lake access. So on my way down now, and actually I ran into a bunch of hikers that I know. It was a North Shore hikers. They're pretty hardcore. They have different levels. You know, there's an A, B, C, and a D level, and C and D are the tougher hikes. Yeah, so they're out and they go just about any weather. Anyway, they're heading up, and they started a little later than I did, so it was nice to see some of them again. Anyway, I'm pretty much down the steep section. Just got to go through the meadow to Taylor Meadows, and then down the long trail to the parking lot. And I think I've swallowed a couple bugs as I was doing this video. Anyway, just share up a couple of the scenes on the way out, and hope you enjoyed that as well.
Back a year ago.
Great day. Hope you enjoy the hike with me. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to our channel. And if you enjoy this video, please give us a thumbs up. And we'll see you next time.